Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of the NASCAR Heat 5 Career Mode. It is back, and maybe better than ever, knowing that we are going to get through the rest of the season uninterrupted. Reason being, well, unfortunately, we have to run the rest of these races on Race Now, and I know it's not the actual career mode. I stated it yesterday at the start of our Busch Series live stream once again. NASCAR Heat 5 crashed again. So what I had to do was I had to catch up, and I didn't want to just simulate the races, which is the same exact thing I did for Bristol when we had this issue earlier, literally like the week before on the season. So what I would do is I went in and made the shortest race possible. I think it's like 4% NASCAR Heat 5, and ran every race from the Pocono doubleheader up to where we were at in the season. And it took like 2 hours to get through, but I wanted to make sure I did that, finished in the same exact positions I finished on the actual live stream, so that way all the money that I would have received would have been the same, and all the and all the like chassis and everything else that we had built up with the upgrades and stuff would have all been exactly the same when I got it caught up. So I did that again when we had the issue before the Charlotte Roval the game crashed. Went to the same exact spot on the loading screen for the Charlotte Roval where I was going to log in to go qualify, and we were actually going to do this race yesterday before the NASCAR Fantasy Podcast and then the Cup race. But it crashed again after 2.5 hours of work again on it yesterday. So I had to call it quits. I had to pull the plug, and I said that is it, because I am not going through another 2.5 hours. That would have been combined 7 hours worth of basically simulating races over the last 2 weeks just to get caught back up in the career mode, just to maybe have it crash again, because it crashed in the same exact spot it did the second time. So for the third time it did it. So I'm not gonna go through it again. It's unfortunate, but it's not my fault. It's NASCAR Heat's fault. The good news is, with the game crashing the first time, I guess it was the fourth time, because the first time it crashed would have been earlier in the season, like right around the Talladega race, and I've had to do the points myself ever since then. With doing the points myself, as you see on the upper right-hand corner of your screen, those are the current points of the playoffs, doing it myself throughout the course of the season. So, with that being the case right there, you guys obviously get to see the points on the upper right-hand corner of the screen going into the race. But with taking that, we can go into Race Now. We know the drivers that we have to race the rest of the season. We can do the actual points. It's not like all that is completely lost either. So that'll be accurate. The only thing that is not going to be accurate for these final so many races is going to be the DNFs, because in Race Now there are no DNFs. But we will still have our damage clock policy, so if we have more than 5 seconds of damage, we can't repair it anyway. So it's a situation where it's like, yeah, we won't DNF, but we might run like 30 of those in the race and we have a lot of damage. So it's not like it's, that far inaccurate. And then the biggest thing is going to be the actual upgrades that we had made. So we had a 90 overall race car, and we had the potential to get a 95 on the engine. Probably, I'd say before the Championship 4, I think there was a very good chance. If we were going to go out and win 2 or 3 more races, we definitely, without a doubt, would have had a 95 on the engine department. With going on Race Now, it's going to be as if it's 100. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the settings up a little bit, try and make it even harder, or at least as hard as I possibly can. So where it would have like the more grip, or the or where you have your tire wear and the AI tire wear, I have them both at normal. So that way it'll kind of compensate. Yes, we'll have a fast car still, but it might make the AI a tad bit more stronger, is what I'm hoping for it. Especially this race, because we didn't even have a road course chassis. We were probably going to run like 15th most of the race at best. We're obviously going to be competing for a win today. The good news is we would have already advanced to the round of 8 anyway, so this race doesn't make too much of a difference. We're just kind of running it to run it. We are still racing for playoff points, so for stage winner race wins. That's kind of it. I wanted to tell you guys during the beginning of this video now, so that way you guys were wondering, like, hey, why are you competing for wins at Road America, or at Charlotte Roval today, when I probably shouldn't be competing for a win today. But I figured it's even for putting the 4.5 hours into simulating races over the last 2 weeks combined. The NASCAR Heat 5 career mode, I feel like I deserve this after it crashed the 3rd time, and I wasn't going to go through another 2.5 hours worth of it. It's just monotonous. Like, I shouldn't even have to do it in the first place, but I'm doing it here. So I stated that yesterday before the start of the Busch race. I want to state it again in case you missed that stream yesterday, because you only watched, say, the NASCAR Heat 5 content on the channels, and you're just seeing this for the first time. So, thanks for everybody tuning in, though. R6, Kyle Larson fan, DB Forever 85, Cars One Boy, Ashton G. Let's see. I believe that was it. No, that's not it. Parkway, Patrick Shadley, welcome to the stream, everybody. So, yes, indeed. Thanks for everybody getting in. 18 and 11 are pretty much in. You never know. You never know. DNF early in the race, especially without any stage points, and we get another new winner, they're not in. You can score up to 60 points in a race, so they are definitely not for sure locks. Michael Turner, welcome as well. So, yeah, rest of the season we don't have DNFs, but if we get into an accident, we can't repair the damage anyway, assuming it's more than 5 seconds, so it's basically like having DNFs. So the only difference is we'll actually lose season in the race. Qualified 4th, we do have at least one driver of the guys who qualified in the top 3 starting at the rear, so we'll actually be starting 3rd for tonight's race after the session qualified. 10th in round 1, and then I qualified 4th at the end there. Never quite had like the perfect lap, so I do think we can get a little bit more speed than my qualifying time, which is a 117.308. I believe about a 117.005 from Joey Logano was the full time. Logano is still on the pole, so let's see who's starting at the back. Christopher Bell, that's right. Bell qualified in the top 3. He was starting at the back. Bobby Carter also going to start at the rear as well for underground body modification. So here we go. And we don't have Nutri-Chomps as our sponsor anymore. It's the same Colorado for the final season, so I didn't want to change it. We will have the Gatorade sponsor for the final 5 races of the season. The green flag is in the air. We are underway for the Bank of America Roval 400 in the final race of the round of 12 in the NASCAR Heat 5 career mode. Cup Series edition, of course, as well. Schneider gets the 2nd place on the initial start, getting around Ryan Preece. Joey Logano, who is eliminated in round 16, looking for his 5th win of the season. That would tie Schneider for the most wins this year. So he is racing for that, and everybody wants to win the NASCAR Cup Series race. It isn't even fun for Harley. He wants to try his best to run him down. That's very true. We would not have momentum on race now, which we would have had momentum otherwise too. So I guess it kind of evens out. Maybe we would have had the same car, right? Obviously, if we don't finish in the top 10, we lose the momentum. So if we don't finish in the top 10, we'll lose it. But maybe we would actually have it. Joey Logano is just pulling away from Schneider on lap 1. Logano will easily lead lap number 1 here today. Schneider's not in position to win a stage. You have to assume that there will be some pit strategy at the stage ends. If you're not in position to get a playoff point, you're not racing for extra stage points, you're already advanced. And Kevin Harvick also won at Talladega, so he is also advanced in the round of 8. 6 drivers can advance through this race into the next round. The other 4 will be eliminated. Welcome to the stream as well. Boy, Schneider really overtook that corner, almost ended up in the wall. He is pulling away from Preece, Newman, and now the roller behind him, but Joey Logano is in a lead of his own early on. They're already looking like the guy to beat, over a lap and a half in. Oh shoot, yeah, we are in a Ford. I'll actually switch that to Toyota. I didn't even realize that, Michael. I should have switched it to a Toyota just for the season's sake. We're going to pretend like it's still a Toyota for this race at least. I'll switch it after this race. I was not paying attention at all. That's a good catch. I completely forgot about that. We're going to pretend it's a Toyota. Schneider is the only playoff driver inside the top 5 currently in the next round. That'll be on the upper right-hand corner of the screen. I will adjust those points at the end of stage 2. So at the end of stage 2, with all the stage points calculated, I'll update the points for you guys. And we'll go from there so that way you can see how many spots they have to outpoint the other driver by if they want to run up there. Oh, sorry, Ryan Newman is in the playoffs. He's in 5th. Excuse me on that, by the way. Newman came in, first driver below the cutoff line, and he's only 11 points behind, so maybe Ryan Newman can point his way to the round of 8. The last one here. That position is definitely going to mean a lot in this race, so Schneider doesn't want to overcook the car early. He's pulling away from everybody behind him, but Logano is just going to be extremely tough to beat. Schneider cannot get the track position. Will not have to pit before the end of stage 1. They're going to be good on fuel. The first stage is 25 laps. The second stage is another 25 laps. With the final stage being 59 laps. To the finish from there.
Wow, that was fast.
Fastest lap of the race so far, 117.630. Still about 3/10 of a second off where he wasn't qualifying, but again, when you're in race term, you're not trying to run the exact fastest laps you can every single lap and burn your stuff up. Qualifying's a lot different. You're looking for that one lap time that is going to be possibly the fastest to start on the pole, or at least the best starting position possible. So you're going to put the car on its edge. You don't want that, especially early on in a NASCAR Cup Series race. I don't think you're going to be seeing me run any 17 degrees for quite some time. You see those lap times quick, lap by 10 degrees. Trying to get longer, not to push for the position, especially with playoff drivers and all the motion. Now we're rolling Ryan Newman might be a little faster than Ryan Preece, and Preece could be holding him up as well. That could be a definite factor. Oh my goodness. Big bounce off the curb. Schneider catches some air, and he's already in the wall on the backstretch chicane. I think that happened to us in the Xfinity Series coming up too. It cost us a win with all the damage we ended up having. Why are the curbs so unrealistic? Every other track in this game with the curbing is actually like accurate. But this game with the curving, you like completely dukes it down. Not every time, unless you're really bad. Already damage on the 99. That probably would have been a DNF in the curve, honestly. He doesn't have that much damage, but he's still in second place, about a second ahead of Ryan Preece. Joey Logano has a 13.5-second lead over second. That is just insane. Schneider's car got extremely tight. And he may be at risk of overheating the race car here as well. He wants to stay on the track. Got 19 laps to go in stage 1. he wasn't going to catch Logano anyway. He was probably going to put it on the hitting. He might have to hit even before this. No smoke pouring out of the back of the car yet, so that's good. Once it gets up to about 270 on the oil temp, it might start to overheat. Just going to have to watch it right now. Yeah, we would have needed a top 15, but unfortunately, it doesn't matter. Like I said, definitely gonna have to take some tape off of it. Repair the damage, that'd be great, but I have a bad feeling he's not gonna be able to repair it. He's still slowly pulling away from Ryan Preece. It has not knocked all the speed out of this race. And actually, just looking at the damage, it doesn't look that bad. I'm just astonished at how big of a lead Logano has. That should be insane. 15.5 seconds. Only 8 laps into this race. Now, I know Schneider made a mistake and he was within about 5 to 6 seconds. Part of it is Schneider over running the corner with a lot of those conditions. It wasn't all me. It's a struggle that Almirola and Newman are having trying to pass Preece as well, just again goes to show how hard it is to pass on the road course. And that was big with Schneider getting to start third instead of fourth. He was on the inside instead of the outside. He was able to get around and do some of the initial start. Because Christopher Bell had to start at the middle of the field. Not going to pit quite yet, because if the oil temp, if we are at, we're very close to overheating, but if we keep it below 270, we'll be all right for now. Still got to take tape off of it, because if we get tucked behind someone with a room dirty or air, then the oil temp will go up, and because there's nobody to put Schneider right now, it's actually all right. He wanted to pit before the end of the stage if he wasn't going to catch Logano in the playoff anyway. So might as well just stay out and let it ride. I have a bad feeling that it's about 5 seconds or less of damage left. But he's still running fast. I mean, he wasn't keeping up with Logano even with the perfectly clean in this car. And he's pulling away from pretty slowly but surely right now. He was a second ahead of him after the contact with the wall, and now he's about 3 seconds ahead of him. Kurt Busch has actually just gotten around him for third place. That was a big pass for Kurt Busch. Kurt comes in well above the cutoff line. Still never know what could happen in this race if a guy like, say, Ryan Newman wins and Kurt maybe DNF, so he's looking for some stage points here early on. And Almirola's gotten around Preece now. Stenhouse getting around, so I think Preece is maybe held out to dry. He got caught on the outside, and now he's battling his team with Stenhouse for position. Kurt Busch trying to run down Schneider for second here early. Now we'll really get to see how much this damage could be holding the 99 back. That maybe some faster cars have gotten around Preece. Almirola was eliminated in round 16, much like Logano as well. Kurt is slowly closing in on Schneider. He'll probably get to him here within a couple laps. perfect set of corners through the backstretch chicane that time. This is a slight mishap, though. That huge hop off the curb, he has been nearly perfect every single time going through it. Joey Logano's already about to catch lap traffic. Such a difficult road course to get through this race completely unscathed when it's 109 laps. Especially at a NASCAR Q5 course video. It's not easy by any means. It's the third and final road course race of the season. Not the last time you're going to see me race at this track. The final season of NASCAR Q5, we still got to run our playoff race at the Roval there as well. And championship mode, that will all get started again once we conclude things here. Busch really closes in during the infield portion of the racetrack. He's getting a strong draft off the Schneider through that high throttle point right there through oval 1 and 2 into the braking zone though. Schneider pulls him just a tad in the backstretch chicane, but again Kurt Busch trying to get a draft now in oval 3 and 4. See if he'll get close enough to maybe make a move into the front stretch chicane. Pressure is put on Schneider. He will not pull, and he'll pull again away from Kurt Busch. Still have 14 laps to go yet in stage 1. Donald was about 21.5 seconds ahead. Not anymore though. That's really wide. All that excess pavement possible. Kurt Busch drives it in deep, almost clipped that inside wall he drove it in so deep.
Right side.
He is battling Schneider for second, but Logano dealing with a lot of traffic right now. It's allowing the second and third place cars to slowly catch up. Logano's got such a big lead that not matter quite as much. Schneider wants to keep Kurt Busch behind him. They get alongside each other. That might allow Alan Moore to close in another spot. Schneider to maybe lose as well as Kurt Busch.
Left side.
Kurt over the back bumper. Schneider putting a lot of pressure on him. Schneider is not making any mistakes in these chicanes anymore and not giving Kurt Busch a chance to bounce. Perfect again through the front stretch. Schneider almost in a wall off the exit of turn 2. That caused him to go a little wide in turn 3 now. It is marched in 4. He regathered pretty quickly, keeping Kurt Busch behind him. Kurt looking low. Schneider going to block now into turn 5.
Right side.
Kurt Busch to the inside. Clearing Schneider in turn 6. Schneider trying to fight back. Racing him straight up, racing him clean. Sends it back into the oval and just gets back around Kurt Busch. What a move by Schneider. Kurt cleared and he got around it, but Schneider was hard into the braking zones to get back to the inside of Busch for a couple of corners. He had the inside 2 straight corners which helped him clear. Kurt Busch eventually getting back up onto the oval.
You're clear.
Started out perfect through the backstretch chicane that time, but he does get through there a little bit better than Kurt Busch to at least keep him behind him. And now here comes Almirola, and we got a 3-car battle for position. Kurt Busch takes a kick to the inside, thinks better of it. The front stretch chicane is probably the hardest area of the racetrack to make a pass on. The backstretch chicane is probably a close second. Kurt Busch thought better. He knew that less chance to pass him during the infield portion of this racetrack. Schneider pulls away, turns 1 and 2. Schneider overtook the same corner he did the last time. This time Kurt Busch did not clear though. Making it a little bit easier for Schneider to battle back. And now Almirola's underneath Kurt Busch for third. Kurt needs these stage points. I know he's 34 points above the cutoff line. You never know what can happen the rest of the race. And now with Almirola and Kurt Busch heavily sidetracking each other in the fastest area of the racetrack. It allows Schneider to pull him a little bit. Schneider coming in deep into the backstretch chicane again. That time he had another bad bounce off the curb. He does keep it off the wall, but it allows Almirola and Kurt Busch to close in again. Battle for second between these three. He's about 8.5 seconds back, and he's up to fifth once again. Almirola taking a peek. Schneider beats him back to the gas. Traffic coming up to these top second and fourth place cars here pretty soon as well. A runaway for Logano, but what a battle for track position it is right now for second. I mean, there's some areas Schneider's faster, there's some areas Kurt Busch is faster, and Almirola, maybe he can capitalize and be faster in certain areas as well. Schneider made sure he didn't go wide between the 6 that time. He's going to catch the lap cars in the best spots as well. This lap so far has been one of the best for Schneider since he picked up that damage back on lap 6. Stay as well as he can there. Kurt's going to look to the outside of Eric Almirola in the backstretch chicane. Oh, Kurt Busch gets into Almirola. He puts the bumper to him in the middle of the chicane, but he couldn't move him out of the way completely. Almirola taking a peek. Thought better of it, much like Kurt Busch did a couple laps ago in the 99. Now he gives Schneider a little bump.
Alright, time to go. Keep it nice and smooth for us.
It's getting aggressive. Pretty calm in turn 1. Dives underneath Timmy Hill. Underneath Justin Haley into 3. Oh no, Timmy Hill crosses him over. Schneider's up the middle, 3 wide as he squeezes in there to hold on for second. And now he's side by side, or they're side by side, right in front of the side by side battle for third. Timmy Hill tried to cross Schneider back over to get back underneath of Justin Haley for position. And that almost held him up enough to allow Almirola or Busch to make the pass, but instead Schneider holds on. And now they are struggling with the lap traffic even more than Schneider just did there. Schneider is pulling away. Action-packed opening stage despite being caution-free. Oh, and Schneider goes for a spin. Off the curbing in the front stretch chicane. Almirola up to second. Just a little too big of a hop, and it took the rear tires off the ground, so by the time they landed, there's no chance for Schneider to save the race car. Kurt's still caught in heavy lap traffic. Ryan Newman is actually right behind Kurt Busch for position now. Newman needs those challenge being below the cutoff line. Not hit anything. We stay green. Relaxed yellows are on. So if there's a single car spin like that, we will stay green. If it hits anything. Schneider did make a good save. At least keeping it off the wall. Back to where he started in third place. Kind of starting to pull back away again. There's 3 lap cars right in front of Eric Almirola. That might give Schneider a chance to get back at him. Fell about a second and a half behind him. Almirola quickly gonna get past Bobby Carter. point out that Chad Bishop right in front of him now. Alan Roll is a two-time winner this season as well. He's looking for his third win. In fact, each driver inside the top 5 all have 2 wins or more. Now that Kyle Busch is up into the 5th spot after getting around Ryan Newman. Kurt Busch is slowly catching back up to Schneider again. Schneider got around Bobby Carter. He held up slightly by Quinn Houghton and double zero. Gonna get to the outside of Houth. Gonna have to outbrake him into the chicane.
Still there.
Just want to enter in there side by side. He barely cleared him. Oh, he got into Chad Fincham. Fincham may have made contact with down the roll. They were side by side in front of Schneider. So when he tried to outbrake Howell, he made the contact with Fincham. Now Roval, after the contact between 99 and 49, is able to pull away. Schneider hard into the braking zone. In the front stretch chicane. Contact with Fincham there. That is a very, very dangerous area to go side by side. Both cars hang on to it.
You're clear.
Schneider hard into turn 1. He gets into the wall slightly. It was a big hit. He almost overtook me completely. Went head on into the wall.
Left side.
He cannot get around Fincham. Finally, clears him before they get into turn 6. Now Roll's almost 4 seconds ahead of him already. And a little wide in 7. Kurt finally gets around Fincham. He got around him a lot quicker. Come to 6 laps to go, this time by stage 1. All over Schneider. There's another huge hop off the third. Luckily the car stayed straight that time. Tight in that corner. Schneider couldn't get around the Licky. Sends it into the next corner there. Turn 6, barely cleared. So to Kurt Busch.
Right side.
Kurt battles to the outside. Not going to look there. He'll have to stay in 4th for now. That was all about 3.5 seconds now behind Schneider and Kurt Busch. And Schneider goes a little wide, getting back up onto the oval. Kurt Busch is there. Slight mistake by Schneider on his own. Kurt Busch gets the spot. Schneider trying to get back alongside Kurt. A little contact, and Kurt Busch is in the wall. No, he kept it off the wall. Hugging the curbing, and hangs on to 3rd place. He pushed a little too hard there and got into the side of the one. Going to push hard into the front stretch. He came now to keep the pressure on Kurt. Look at how much ground he closed in. 5 laps to go now in stage 1. Schneider watch the tires in. A little better in turn 4. Doesn't have the horsepower the one Kurt Busch has though. Getting back into the throttle is really where Kurt Busch is gaining a ton on Schneider. Pit road closes with 2 laps to go in the stage. Gano's still got a pretty massive lead right now over Eric Almirola. Almirola is tucked behind the lap car of John Hunter Nemechek. Can't get around him. Kurt Busch is closing in for 2nd. Kurt, highest running playoff driver that was not advanced into the next round or was not eliminated in the last round. Almirola went to the outside, but that'll set him up to get to the inside in the middle of oval turns 3 and 4. So it actually did work out to get around Nemechek. There's a risk though, because if he didn't complete the pass, Kurt Busch was likely going to take 2nd place away from him. Schneider closes in a ton. Oh my goodness, hopped all over the right, or left front rather, of John Hunter Nemechek's car. He had his right rear tire on the hood of the 38 car after that bounce off the curb. And drives right on 3 wheels past Nemechek. Turtles are so dangerous here at the Roval. See if Kurt gets alongside Almirola, might open the door up for Schneider to maybe get a chance to get back to second place by the end of stage 1. 5 seconds off the race lead. Kurt lost Almirola just a little bit, getting back up on his normal. I think Almirola's going to win a little more speed in his Stuart Haas Ford. And Kurt's just lost to Schneider again. Schneider's going to pit this time before pit road closes because we have 3 laps to go in the stage. 45 miles per hour.
Back it down.
And he gets down easily without speeding. 15 seconds of damage that is not going to be repaired. My goodness, I'm surprised this car's still running. Going to take a half round of wedge out of the race car. And going to take 10% tape. We're going to take a full round of wedge out of the race car. No, we'll take a half round. Top it off of fuel, 4 fresh tires, so Schneider trying to short pit. Now he's got to try to beat Logano out of the pits to stay on the lead lap, so they're going to need a fast pit stop. Good urban walking this.
You're clear of pit road.
Schneider's easily on the lead lap. He's a couple corners ahead of Joey. Got a little more than a couple. He's probably about 3 or 4 turns ahead of Logano yet. So that was a pretty smart call. He actually cycles out in 19th with a 15.9 second pit stop. Currently 2 laps to go in the stage. The pit road is now closed. Schneider the only lead lap car to come into the pits before the end of stage 1, assuming everybody else will have to pit after stage break. Give him some track position. And he'll likely restart from the lead. The final stage. Don't slide the car too much. Use too much of his tires right now. Trying to pass Justin Healy there. That was dangerous.
Left side.
Overran.
Ready to go, driver.
The exit of the front stretch chicane now. Gave him a spot right back up to Healy. Not a spot for position. Now we're coming to the final lap of the stage.
Left side. Clear all around.
Schneider again gets around Justin Healy. If I do repair that damage, which I know you guys want me to do, we're already locked into the next round. But if I did do it, I would give myself a penalty. I'd pit an extra time under green if I do it. The problem is, we're going to lose too much time under green to repair the damage and stay on the lead.
Careful, still there.
So if we were going to repair it, that would be under caution.
All right, you're clear there.
Give us a penalty there. There's a wall. I've stated this before, but there is a wall on the front stretch chicane for a reason.
One more to go.
And it just gave us a penalty anyway. Like, you can't cut the corner with the wall there. still on the lead lap. That's all that matters. Still in 19. Never lost a spot. Looks like it's not that time. Knock on wood. Stage 1 is complete for the race leader at least, and Joey Logano has won the opening stage of the night. It is his 5th stage win of the season, but he is no longer in the playoffs. Strictly fighting for a race win. Schneider will restart from the lead in the final stage. Corey Helms or Ty Gibbs? Oh, Ty Gibbs. Ty Gibbs. Sensational. Free pass going to go to Tyler Reddick during the stage break. Let me get those points calculated real quick for the drivers right here at the end of stage 1. Schneider's going to stay out of the pits to restart from the lead from the final stage, or for the second stage. Logano is stage number 1. So I'll pause it. So Kurt Busch gets 9 points there. That was a big second place finish for him, knowing that he is already above the cutoff line, but every point still matters. You never know if he maybe fails to get to the end of the race. Ryan Newman ends up getting 6 points. Kyle Busch gets 7 points. Kyle Busch also well above the cutoff line, but Ryan Newman comes in 6 points below the cutoff line. So getting 6 points. Or sorry, 11 points below the cutoff line. So getting 6 right there about cuts it in half. Denny Hamlin gets 2. And Ryan Blaney gets 4. All right. After that penalty, fix the damage. No, that's not fair because we didn't really even that penalty didn't cost us anything. It cost us anything. Green flag back in the air. Logano kind of lagging back on the restart behind Schneider. Schneider gets an easy jump into turn 1. He didn't really have to push it hard, and that's because Logano's going to try to cross him over. You know how fast of a car Logano's got. It's going to be really tough. Even with clean air to keep him behind him. Side by side into turn 4. Schneider prevails again. First lap for 99 is led today. Logano led the first 25 and only 25 in stage 1. Oh, and Logano tries to dump Schneider. He puts him in the wall. My goodness. Logano to the lead. He just completely sent Schneider in turn 9. Schneider guts it hard. He turns Logano. He got him back.
Got room. You're clear there.
Oh, and they stack up. Big crash. No caution. And now the caution will wave. Joey Logano gets wiped out by Schneider after Logano puts Schneider in the wall in turn 9. And Logano's all the way back to 14th. Tempers flaring in stage 2 at the Roval. Schneider got dumped, and then he had one chance to get him back, and he got him in the backstretch chicane. Unfortunately, I think Almirola caught a piece of it too, and he falls back to 6th. And they stacked up even more further outside the top 10, bringing out our first caution for incident today. And the fastest car in the field has lost the track position.
Green's out, man. Let's go.
All because of an impatient move, trying to move Schneider, and Schneider retaliated. And they're trying to get that good jump underneath Kyle Busch for second place on the restart now. Green flag is back in the air. Bush does hold on to second place. He is not led yet recently. In turn 9, Kyle Busch plays it clean. He saw what Schneider retaliated on Logano, and he's like, yeah, maybe I don't want to do that. Logano had the fastest car in the field and put a lot of pressure on Schneider in the first half of the lap after the restart. You have to assume he might have got his way back. Now almost damaging the 22 car half on top of losing all that track. Playoffs going almost from bad to worse for Logano, considering he was already eliminated in the round of 16 despite having 4 wins. Remember, he DNF'd not once but twice in the round of 16. Schneider's going to lead his first green flag lap of the race after 9 this time. Damage he added to a top 5 car. 4th at the end of stage 1 before he decided to pit to get this track position to restart in the lead for stage
2. Right side. All right, you're clear there. Right side. Clear to the right. Go out there and win it for me. Well, Kyle Busch. I don't know if he hit the curbing wrong like Schneider did earlier in the race. But he lost a lot of time in the backstretch chicane. Kurt Busch almost got around him. That stacked the field up behind, and now Hamlin and Newman are side by side for 4th into the front stretch chicane. Newman prevailing with the 4th spot. Now the top 5, at least for a brief moment, was off playoff drivers. Hamlin lost a spot down the roll in turn 1. Well, if I do repair the damage, I have to give myself a green flag pass-through penalty. And honestly, now that we have the track position in the lead and we're holding our own with the clean air, it's going to be tough to want to give up that track position. Because even with the damaged car, that is still holding on pretty well. Obviously, if Logano was in second, he'd obviously be putting a lot more pressure. Logano's got the fastest car in the field, and now Schneider gets a penalty for cutting the backstretch chicane, which he did. He's ran that same line the whole race, but we wondered if he was going to get caught right or just a tad bit below it, and that will give Kyle Busch his first lead in the lap. Left side.
Looking to make a pass.
You got room. You're clear.
Speed.
Left side.
That's the first real penalty of the race. Trying to cross over Denny Hamlin in turn 1, not going to happen, so he's going to lose a couple spots all the way back to 6th.
Left side.
Schneider fights back past Denny Hamlin, back inside the top 5. Logano can rally back to the field. It's going to be fun to watch, see if he can. Wow, Denny Hamlin just sends it into turn 6. Really deep in his braking zone. It surprised Schneider getting underneath him. And then that put him on the outside into 8 and 9. And not only Schneider got back around him again, but Ty Dillon will also get inside the top 10. He's up to 6th. Well, it's not that it's 15 seconds and I'm clearly going to repair the damage. It's not that. Like, if we weren't locked into the next round of the playoffs, I wouldn't do it. But we're already locked into the next round of the playoffs, so no matter what happens in this race, we're gone. Even considering it. Under normal circumstances, I wouldn't consider it a game to stick with it. But I think like a fast kind of a bit back and push that way. On top of repairing damage, I think that's a fair enough penalty for repairing the damage. If I do end up repairing the damage. We're still holding on to the lead. I think Kurt's got a little bit faster car in second place behind him. Roval might as well. Got 13 laps to go in stage 2 already. I'm gonna be honest, I'm surprised that Chad didn't go nuts after he turned it down. I was expecting like people to just be like, oh yes! There goes Logano! That I could say I did on purpose. I only did it because he put me in the wall a couple corners before that. Clearly has the fastest car. He won stage 1 by about 20 seconds. He's got a bad fast race car. He's getting through the lap track fairly well for the most part. My goodness. Sometimes you go over the curves and it's alright. But other times it goes well. Jamming out of the way, just keep him off the wall. Better the backstretch of any though, not so much the front stretch this morning. Again, he is at least running similar lap times to 4th place Eric down the road. And he was pulling away from Ty Jones and everybody else in the top 10. So again, he still has a top 5 race car, even with 16 seconds of damage. He's going to want a shot to win this race. With this damage, he's going to have to get the track. When he had that clean air at the beginning of the stage, he was fine because he blew the backstretch clean and had to come to a complete stop to serve his penalty there. Fell back to 6 and quickly got back around Denny Hamlin. He's a little close enough to try to bounce back on how the other really hard to get these corners too. The car's just extremely tight with all the damage on the front of the race car. If didn't turn Logano though, we might not even have had a caution in this race at this point. That is the only caution for incident. Halfway through stage 2. laps to go. Stage number 2. We'll alternate through the different camera angles for the first time. When the Roval was first raced back in 2018, I was quite surprised, like many others, at how many elevation changes there were in the infield portion of the racetrack here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. In the Charlotte Roval layout, you definitely see them, especially with the in-car cam here early. It's going to take me to take off this, that's for sure. We'll put tape back on it again in case Danny prepared.
Right side, all clear.
Right now, not really. Sterling Cummings pulls back in on Schneider once again. That is overheating.
Right side. Left side.
Hamlin didn't bounce off the curb like Schneider did. And it looks like Denny's going to get underneath him.
All right.
Schneider on the outside in turn 1. And Hamlin's going to get position. I think Ty Dillon might have actually handed off. Still inside. Gotta keep the pressure on. Hamlin as much as he possibly can. Like getting back up on the oval that time. Earl Arnold Jr., welcome to the stream. How is Newman in for her? Newman's had a good season on this E5 career mode, though. He is in the playoffs. He came in 11 points below it, but he got 5 stage points in stage 1, looking to get even more than that in stage 2. And Joe Logano is up to 8th place, ladies and gentlemen, looking to pass Ty Dillon for 7th right now, and over 3 and 4. Swarming back from 14th on the restart after Schneider had turned him, after Schneider got put in the wall on the restart of stage 2, while leading from Logano, who was trying to pass him. He came back and turned him in the extra chicane, and one caution so far tonight. Like a couple other cars further back in the wide area. Stop him down a bit, so be a big playoff point for Kyle Busch. All the points he's got, he's looking as if he likely is going to point his way, even if he doesn't win today, into the round of 8. Final stage is 59 laps. .25 and 59. Stage length, so there will have to be a pit stop in the final stage. See these guys pit the stage lengths. To about 20 seconds behind Logano at the end of the first stage.
damage at the stage, so I'm not wasting much time on the road. He's got a fast enough race car. There's plenty of laps left, especially if you have the second top 10. Once he gets to the front, it might be game over like it was in stage 1. Hey, Ty Dillon won a stage at the Charlotte Roval last season. Just remember that. No, I wouldn't consider him a road course. Road course really though. NASCAR can fly, NASCAR can fly. Got real flying into the bird. He's not doing road courses. Five laps to go, stage 2. And pit road closes with 2 laps to go in stage 2. It was half hot lap of traffic. And Schneider's starting to cut into that lead a little bit. It's only 9 seconds. It was 11 and a half. Just kind of need patient to tie going as well. And how impatient was at the start of this stage. Doesn't want that incident to happen again. Looks like he might be able to rally from it the first time. More and then be able to come back from a very strong racing car. Race up on the backstage in that time. Schneider's closing. Well, it's 9.5 to the leader, but then about 4.5 down the road. He was 10 seconds behind the leader. Well, he's going to have to make up his mind here pretty soon whether he is going to pit before the end of the stage or not. Stage ends, or pit road closes, and you have 2 laps to go in the stage. On the roller, lost his spot from Denny Hamlin, by the way. I've seen stuff behind just for quite some time. Schneider got around Justin Haley. Oh, almost did. Now he does. Okay. Went really low off the exit. The last quarter to try and get around him. Massive bounce off the curb. Less than 7 seconds behind race leader Kyle Busch. 3 to go this time by. And Schneider is on the outside of Almirola. And Denny Hamlin. I can't believe he's going to make these passes on the outside around these two. Well, now I'll have the inside into the next set of corners. Sends it underneath Timmy Hill.
Left side.
3 wide with Denny Hamlin all the way up high. Schneider proves them all. What a pass. He's up to 4th. And there's the top 3. And I think this playoff point is still available for the 99. Well, Busch is leading the way up there. Now, though, is Kyle Busch going to catch any more lap cards before the end of the stage? There's a big gap ahead of him. I don't think he will. Schneider's going to hit pit road this time, but he has to get to the commitment line
Right side.
before Kyle Busch gets to the start-finish
Drop
line.
your speed, driver.
I don't know if he got there. No,
Hey,
he.
driver, you were too fast entering pit road.
Well,
You're
it's
gonna have to serve a penalty.
Well, I guess it's a pit road speeding penalty anyway for Schneider, so that'll be enough of it. I don't think he. I got to look back to see if I was speeding. I didn't think I was speeding.
White flag, next time by.
I might not have been speeding. I need to go back and look at that. I don't think I was speeding. And if I wasn't, I'm thinking they gave me a penalty for pitting when pit road was closed. We'll get to the bottom of it. No, I wasn't speeding. Yeah, it was 43 miles an hour. Pit road speed limit was 45. So this is the penalty for pitting when pit road was already closed. Kyle Busch did get to the line just before Schneider hit the commitment line. Now he's got to hope he's still on the lead lap. That's a 15-second penalty right
All right,
there.
now, dig, dig, dig.
And yeah, he's still well ahead of Kyle Busch. So luckily, the penalty didn't cost him too much, although he is back to 23rd. The restart from the lead in the final stage, though, with staying out of the pits. He's already served the penalty. Again, he was not speeding. Pit road speed limit's 45. He was 43. I went back to check just to make sure. Yeah, pit road was closed. Kyle Busch got to the commitment line. That was the penalty. I knew it was going to be close. I should have pitted the lap before, but I guess we're still in the lead lap, so it's all right. A lap down the rotation. Yeah, exactly.
Nice driving that stage, driver.
And now we got a caution somewhere on the racetrack that's going to end the stage prematurely. Leaders just got to the final lap of the stage. So that's our second caution for incident today. David Reagan will get the free pass at 25th. It looks like Ty Dillon might have been the cause of the caution, because he is not pitting. And I know Schneider just pitted. But I think he's going to pit again just to repair the damage. Now, this is risky because we're going to have to take a drive-through penalty at the beginning of the next stage. But I think that's the plan. I think that's the plan. I should have just waited to pit completely, but I guess it didn't matter. We're going to lose all that track position anyway. So now let me pause it. We're going to get the stage points for all those drivers. Kyle Busch did win the stage. That is his 4th stage win of the season. If he advances to the next round, which he likely will, those points will advance, that playoff point will carry over, as well as if he can get the race win today. So stage win there. Kurt Busch gets another 9 points. He has finished second in both stages so far in this race. See, Ryan Blaney would have got 4 points again, which is how many he had in the last stage as well. Ryan Newman got some more stage points. He finishes 3rd, so he got even more stage points, 8 of them in that stage versus 5 the stage before that. Denny Hamlin also got 6 points, so he moves ahead a little bit more. So now let me recalculate the points here, and we'll get everything all squared away. It might take me a couple minutes, but I want to make sure I get the points all squared away, and we'll know at the end of this race who is going to advance to the next round. We might know if anybody has already clinched on points as well. So I guess we'll take a break from this. If you have to go away from your TV or anything else, and there we go. E5 give you a penalty when pit road was closed. Think so? I think so, because we weren't speeding. I went back and looked, and we were 43 miles an hour when we hit pit road. Jose Sanchez and Nostalgia, welcome to the stream as well. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed the first 2 stages tonight. Again, we're taking a tiny break. We usually don't do this, but I want to make sure all the points are calculated for the stages now, so that way we'll know by the end of the race who is all going to advance into the round of 8, so there's no confusion. So that way when we do the Kansas race tomorrow night on the channel, we'll be squared away, and you guys will already know. Again, we know Schneider and Harvick are already advanced into the next round. So this will probably take me a couple minutes, but we'll get it all squared away here pretty soon. I guess now this is where we have like a mini Q&A to pass the time once we start the final stage. Maybe talk more about the race yesterday or something. All right, let's see. Blaney, Keselowski. If you hear me thinking out loud to myself, it's because I kind of have to try and stay focused at the same time. I am looking at the chat, though. I am looking at the chat. Nice paint scheme. Yeah, thanks for that. This is the same paint scheme we're running for the custom schedule season. Gatorade. I might throw Nutrichops back on there for the last few races just to make it with the crew mode. Definitely switch it back to Toyota. That was an accident there. I missed that, but Michael picked up on it. Good thing he did, because I didn't even notice. Otherwise, I would have fixed it beforehand. A lot of fixing going on with this game, if you haven't noticed. All right, Newman, Boyer, Johnson. Bowman, Truex. I believe that's 12. Let me make sure I got everybody in there. So the way I have to do it, I have to like organize it first before I look at how many points there are, so that way I know everything's organized, and then I can do the quick math of who's below the cutoff line, who's above it. Because if they're not in the same order, it just confuses me. Yeah, I got all 12. All right. I just got to get the cutoff line stats. Any thoughts on Harvick getting a win this season? Thought Denny would have a win just like Denny. Yeah, I'm more confident of Hamlin winning a race over Harvick, but I'm also not completely confident that either one is going to win a race this season. If Harvick's going to win before the playoffs, it's going to be Michigan. He's won the last 4 August Michigan races. So, I mean, both of them last season were in August, and then the 2 seasons before that, 2018, 2019. So it doesn't matter what package, 750, 550, he gets it done at Michigan. So I'd probably lean on him being a favorite for that race for sure, just in a couple weeks. As far as the playoff races itself goes, maybe like a Kansas or a Texas, later. I can see Texas being a good race for him. But I lean probably more towards the 1.5 miles. I guess he did win at Darlington and Bristol last year, too, for the 750 track. So, I don't know. Maybe something there could work, too. We haven't raced at Concrete Bristol yet this year, so maybe that could be a good race for him. First time we were there this year, we were on dirt. He choked at Dirt Bristol, yeah. Well, he choked it at Richmond, too, because he had that bad restart and allowed Bowman to get in front of him, and then Bowman pulled away. So Ryan Newman currently is in the playoffs by just 3 points over Clint Boyer. So that is the cutoff line right now. So Newman is +3. Boyer would be -3. And I don't know exactly where Boyer's at, but I know he's not in the top 10. Then pretty much every other driver below the cutoff line's in a must-win situation, and they're not in the top 10 either. Not in a completely must-win situation, but they're going to have to win if Ryan Newman doesn't DNF, essentially. Because Johnson's 19 points below. Which would put Bowman 21 points below, and then Truex, who was unfortunately DNF'd in the first 2 races of the round, which would came to Logano missing the last round of the play, or getting eliminated the last round of the playoffs. He DNF'd in 2 of the races. Truex is DNF'd in the first 2 already, and he's outside the top 10 today. And he is going into the final stage of the final race of the cutoff, or of the round of 12, 25 points below Ryan Newman. And Newman's in 3rd. So, oh, my bad. I did the math wrong on Truex. Truex is actually ahead of. My bad. Truex is 20 points below, not 25. I'm glad I caught that. Okay. See, it's a good thing I'm doing this, and I'm making sure I double-check everything. Keselowski's only 10 points above the cutoff line, too. I mean, I guess he could still fall out. Blaney's only 14 points above the cutoff line now. See, with Newman, he was 11 points below, and he's already surpassed Boyer, and that's why Blaney and Keselowski are a lot closer to the cutoff line now. So Newman scoring all these stage points here early on is definitely made the bubble battle tighter, not just within the first 2 guys around the cutoff line. And after Blaney, Hamlin is 34 points to the good. And at this point, the rest of this race, you can only score 35 more points. So as long as you're 35 points ahead of Ryan Newman, you're going to be locked in. So that means Kurt Busch is advanced, and so is Kyle Busch. So Kyle Busch and Kurt Busch are advanced on points. So I'll put that in the description there too. All right, so all set up. Ready to go there. Take a screenshot. I'll get that one taken out. Still a chance to be in the playoffs. Some awesome racing this year. I'm assuming you're talking about real life. Yeah, definitely had some pretty good. Why did I put another? We got double the me on the series. That's not what I meant to do. Oh no! Now I'm making all sorts of mistakes here. Oh no! We got the black screen of death. I put 2 of me and I accidentally took away the gameplay. That is not what I meant to do. All right. There's the points battle. Trying to make it big enough for you guys to see it, no problem. Let me know down in the chat on the upper right-hand corner if those points are, if you're able to. Oh, that's not even the right one. Hang on. That was the same one I just had up there. Making all sorts of goofy mistakes. Image. Browse. There we go. Clicked on the... There we go. That's the right one. All right. Let me know if you guys could see that before I start the race, because once I start this race again, we're not going to be changing anything up. There we go. I'm back. I'm back. All right. Should be good. Should be good. Schneider will have to have a drive-through penalty at some point in this final stage. The earlier, the better, obviously.
Right side.
Actually, being back in traffic now.
Right side.
Everything is stacked up. It's not a good spot for him to be. Remember, he has been pretty much inside the top 5 all day long.
Right side. All clear.
Oh, everything's stacking up.
Right side.
Brendan Gaudeman got into the back of Brad Keselowski and Michael McDowell.
Right side. Right side.
Got ran into from behind by Schneider.
Right side. Right side.
They're going to go 3 wide.
All right.
Nice move to get around Byron and Busher. Take it easy to the backstretch chicane. They are 2 by 2 going through most of these corners back here. McDowell again in the back of the 62 of Brendan Gaughan. 3 wide out of the rear view of Schneider now again. And Schneider's going to serve his pass-through penalty.
Drop your speed, driver.
No speeding penalty there, thank goodness, but it'll be a pass-through penalty. No tires. He's got 1 second of damage. Might as well repair it. We'll put that tape back up to 35%. Wedge back up a half round as well. Points are good. All right. I just wanted to make sure you guys could see it. So again, why there are 4 drivers advanced. Schneider and Harvick advanced on wins. Las Vegas win for Schneider. Talladega win for Kevin Harvick. And then Kyle Busch and Kurt Busch have advanced on points due to the stage points they have scored already today at the Roval. There's the pass-through penalty for Schneider. All squared away now. Kurt Busch took the lead away from his brother Kyle on the restart. So now it's Kurt Busch who leads the way. Remember, Logano still trying to cut through the field. He was 6th at the end of stage 2. He fell back to 14th after going around for a spin in the backstretch chicane at the beginning of stage 2. He by far has the fastest car in the field, dominating what every one of the 25 laps back at stage 1. Not almost a 18-second or so gap over second place at the end of the stage. He was Kurt Busch. This was second at the end of the first stage and the second stage, so he definitely has a fast car as well if he can win. Schneider's likely going to need a caution if he's going to want to get back into this race. He's currently in 24th. He's the last car in the lead lap. He's kind of riding it out right now. Got 2 cautions for incident, both in stage 2. We're running by ourselves. We might as well get all the different camera angles stuff in now. Or make a mistake late in this. Looks like we're for a couple dozen laps every one of these races. Especially in the Cup Series. I do it for a longer period of time in the Cup races. catching the back of the field here pretty quick. Oh my goodness. What a hop off the curb that was. You know what damaged the front of the race car. Not too bad, obviously, but still. Trying to give us 1 second of damage to it.
Coming to the cross flag. Halfway, this time by.
Definitely turn one. Didn't really miss the marks too much, though. Ken is still 1 pit stop away from finishing this race. He cannot make it to the end of the heat. About 37.5 seconds off the race. Definitely wants to monitor that on the side when he's going to want to pit. He's probably going to short pit before the end of this race. If he doesn't go a lap down with pitting, so he's got to keep that interval there. Kind of expect a 15 to 16 second pit stop. And then the time it takes to get on and off the pit road, pit lane itself as well. Oh my goodness, what was that? This game and the curves. I swear. Like, what was that one? Good battle for the lead, though, up in the front. Kyle Busch is just taking away from his brother Kurt once again. Kyle won stage 2. Looks like even with Kurt the lead, he wasn't really able to pull away from his brother. The more they battle, the more Logano should back somewhere behind them, whether he's directly behind him or not. Catching up somewhat. With the penalty, the pass-through penalty on pit road for Schneider, and being at the rear of the field, can he do what Chase Elliott came close to doing at Watkins Glen yesterday, but here today at the Roval? The same final stage, too. A couple extra laps. We'll have 9 extra laps compared to what Elliott did yesterday in his final stage. Sorry, 19 extra laps. These lap cars as quick as you can, though.
Careful, still there.
Except for Joey Logano. Schneider made a little contact with Justin Hayden. Can't be overly patient. You don't want to damage the car.
Left side.
Definitely not going to be able to afford to take another pass.
Left side. You got
it's risky to do that because he would have been in the top 5 otherwise. He actually could have restarted from the lead that stage. The strategy he was on,
you got room. You're clear. Right side.
Nemechek tries to undercut the corner.
Right side clear.
Wide, barely keeps it on the racetrack.
Right side.
Get around Nemechek. Running to get around Chad Fincham. All these are lap cars, so none of them good position. 3.5 seconds behind you. Oh, Kurt Busch had an issue. That's why he lost the lead. So Kurt Busch had an issue. He is back in 24th. 1 lap down. I believe he's the first car lap down right now. So the race leader, Kurt Busch, luckily had enough stage points. He is in the next round. Good thing he got those stage points, as well as all the points he scored in the first 2 races of the round. They're going to be aggressive. Contact with Bobby Carter, they right go down the angle into the first stretch again. More contact with Carter. To the right. Definitely not a clean set of points. get away from Custom, keep 41 from side drafting him. Really good run the draft now on Chris Buescher. He'll pull out of line to try and outbreak Buescher into the backstretch chicane. Side by side,
Right side. Clear all around.
Chicane on any racetrack, really.
You got room. You're clear there.
Way up the hill. Not a good
Left
spot
side.
to be. Byron's there. They got through without any contact that time. Willie Schneider gets the drive off the clear.
You got room. You're
24
clear.
of William Byron slides it into turn 1. Getting Reagan for position. Outside in turn 2 sets him up to get to the bottom now. Turns 3 and 4. Complete the pass off turn 4 for 22nd. Let's try to rally. We gotta be like Chase Elliott yesterday. It was full send mode to the end. If we use our stuff up, we use our stuff up. We're gonna have a pit stop in here at some point in time. There has lost time because of lap traffic. Kind of wish he hasn't caught any lap traffic up there at the same time. Once he does, the time to start to do that. Go the other direction. Right now, the clock is kind of short. We're 49 laps to go. There's time. The later the caution comes, the better. If we do get one for Schneider, because he can gain quite a few of these spots back in the green. Where if the caution came out early, rather than late, he's going to have to get through everybody at the restart. He'll probably use another caution inside the top 10. That's how we get a full one. As long as Joey Logano doesn't get to the lead, this is more feasible that Schneider can actually get to the front. But if Logano gets to the lead, it's game over. Unless he is up in the top 2 rows on a restart, then he is not going to get around. He would have to get around. Sad news, by the way. I didn't even know about that. That just happened. Bob Memphis. I was a very, very big voice in motorsports back in the 80s and 90s, early 2000s. You know, for covering IndyCar and NASCAR coverage on CBS. Very good job at that. I mean, I hold him to similar ranks as Mike Joy commentating wise. Mike Joy was more of a part of my childhood as much, not as so much Bob Jenkins was born in 99, so I can't, I started covering NASCAR. But I've watched all the NASCAR races. Commentator with his coverage. Very, very, very good job. He's good job for his sport for decades. And those are the guys I look up to in commentating. Bob Jenkins really not imitating them, but just trying to take their skills. You know, apply that to my knowledge and try to do this stuff. It's actually really possible. I knew Ian Hansen, I knew was pretty bad back in the winter. 1-2 single. I guess he was just at the Indy 500 this year, too. He's still around motorsports. Oh, wow, big moment for Brendan Gaughan. That was an easy pass for Schneider. Up off the curb, and we've seen a lot of drivers do that today. It happened to Schneider a few times as well. There's Brad Keselowski in 20.
All right, you're clear there.
And Clint Boyer, who beat Brad Keselowski by 10 positions. guess Brad would have the tiebreaker, so by 11 positions, Will Boyer is going to make it into the next round of playoffs. Chris Lawson is going to be eliminated here in the round of 12.
Right side.
Now he's back to 21st. He lost another point there. Schneider getting around him. Remember, Schneider's got equal tires as these guys he's drifting around right now. He has a top 5 race car. And really, before the damage, he had a second place car behind only Logano. So he's got speed. He's up to 19. He's still about almost 43 seconds up. See, that should not be a penalty. Oh my gosh, that's why the wall's there. I'm not going to count that for a race statistics as a penalty, but that is definitely costly for Schneider. All the pain and suffering he caused him for this unneeded drama. Roval, but he lost a few positions. Ivan Keselowski and Reddick right there. All battling for positions here. Look how quickly he closes back up on those things. Now you have to get around him a little bit quicker. Dawn trying to make the pass. Ivan Keselowski, Schneider just gets underneath Brendan Dawn. Trying to get away from him and keep going for the side route. And then Schneider gets around him first. Got around him quick. Trying to outbrake Keselowski. Oh, Brad gets into him, but it's just so hard to run side by side through the chicanes. Trying to make some contact now with Dawn as well.
Left side.
Schneider gets ran into from behind now from Braun after checking up behind Brad. Schneider's still going to get around Keselowski on the outside into turn 1. What a power move. Looking close quickly now on Tyler Reddick. He's back up to 19 again.
You got room. Good clear there.
All clean air in front of him. He's got about 7 seconds to Alex Bowman. Might catch another lap cut before that. Alex can really start to put as fast at times as he can down. How about Ryan Newman to the lead? For the first time tonight at the Roval, Ryan Newman leads. He came into this race 11 points below the cutoff line, but you see the updated points in the upper right-hand corner of the screen. That is coming into the final stage. What the points look like. Newman +3 on Boyer. So he doesn't need to win, but he needs to make sure Boyer doesn't beat him by more than 3 positions. Exactly, well, actually, Boyer's in 17th right now, so Newman's in really good shape, but Newman has not won a race all season either. He's in for his first win. That would be 5 playoff points carrying him into the round of 8. That's beneficial.
Excellent lap there. Good job.
Schneider just ran his fastest lap of the race, a 1:17.112. That is faster than any lap in session qualifying in both round 1 with the 2 laps he ran there, and then the 6 laps he ran in round 2. He is booking it right now. Happened at 6:40 Eastern. Yeah, it's all the same. 6 seconds behind Alex Bowman. Look how quickly he caught him and running his fastest times of the race. But look how quickly he gets alongside Bowman side by side in the chicane, but he got around him quickly. Well, he hasn't cleared him yet, but that was an unbelievable move to do that quickly in the chicane. In the middle of it, he clears Bowman well before getting into the front stretch chicane. Schneider is on his best Chase Elliott impersonation here. He has not won on a road course in his NASCAR Cup Series career. Without Logano rode first chassis at Watkins Glen. He finished 6th earlier this season. Got a faster car today. The one he did at the Glen and Sonoma earlier this year. Remember, he was in the top 10 at Sonoma earlier before DNFing early in that race as well. In stage 2, when Stenhouse had gotten into him. Stenhouse got loose trying to get back onto the racetrack. Schneider on the outside to get around Boyer for turns 8 and 9. Makes a nice clean pass. In the trap to Boston Dillon. He'll pull out of line. Trying to make the pass now on Dillon. Oh, and he almost gets turned by Dillon. Dillon hit the turtles, and he got into Schneider.
Right side.
Schneider still clears him. That almost turned the 99 around.
Careful.
All these contacts slowing them off so much too. We're looking at outbreak Truex into the front stretch chicane, and on the outside of the chicane he gets around Truex. Cleanly. And he's inside the top 15. What a charge. And he is closing in. He was 47 seconds off the race lead. It's down to 39. And this would just be incredible. I mean, as long as Logano, who has the fastest car in the field, isn't leading, he will gain time on the leaders. As long as the lap traffic doesn't hold him up too much, of course. High clean air in front of him again. This might be the biggest comeback. Definitely of the career of Schneider. I mean, he's only got 5 career wins. And he hasn't really had to come back to win any of them. He had a lot of races this year where he had come around the leaders but didn't need a lot of laps, like Richmond. He only led the final 7 laps of that race, but he was in the top 10 all day. It took a few late race restarts to finally get to him when he late. Same thing with the Coke 600 where he was in the top 10 for most of the day in that one and got a late race yellow pitted for fresh tires because they only about a dozen cars in the lead lap and got around Truex in the final lap off the final corner to win that race as the only lap he led in that one. The Daytona 500 earlier this season he only led about a dozen laps and got the win in that race, taking the lead with a lap and a half ago. So he has won in clutch scenarios before, but never has he really had to come from behind to win those races. Those last lap passes were because he was in the top 5 and in the top 10 most of the day and he was just there. Las Vegas really the only other race where he has led a lot of laps and actually got the win. In today's race, he's only led 3 green flag laps. Been in the top 5 for most of the day until this final stage. Got a couple penalties to try and fight for these. Or is he fighting? He'll go down fighting. Got nothing to lose. He's locked into the next round. And now Denny Hamlin's going to get to the lead. He leads at the start-finish line this time. It's going to be his first lap. Well, and see the leaders battling themselves on top of lap traffic.
Back
It's
to the right flag.
going to close a 1:16.820 that last lap. That was not only faster than any lap he ran in qualifying and his fastest lap of the race today. That is faster than any over lap any driver put down in qualifying. Logano, who had the fastest car in the field today, in qualifying on the board of a 1:17.005. That is 0.2 of a second. Almost exactly faster than even Logano's lap time. So Schneider is just a man on a mission and hitting his marks right now. The lead is down to 33 seconds. It was, again, 47 after the penalty. A little over 15 laps ago on the restart. Do have to alternate through the different camera angles for about another dozen laps. Trying to stay this smooth, consistent rhythm. And we're just just gonna alternate through those camera angles right now and get it done and over with. He's still running some really quick lap times, so he's been doing this. As long as he hits his marks, he's still gonna be running just as quick. Greatest comeback of all time, question mark, and that's, we've seen some great ones in NASCAR history. Even on the channel, especially let alone just his career. It would definitely be the biggest of his career moment. Would be that win that could define the championship season. Maybe that one race like Chase Elliott last year at Martinsville. Jimmy Johnson even at Homestead winning that one. Back in 2016, the recent ones that we've seen these races. And define the championship season, and this could be the one for Schneider here today. Still running some quick times. Barry Johnson's caught behind Justin early, and now Schneider's caught behind early. Look to get around him quickly.
You're clear all around there.
I'll clear Justin before he even gets into turn 6. So that's good.
Clear to the right.
Big bounce off the curb. Oh my goodness, another huge bounce off the curb. That cost him Schneider quite a bit. Hopped him out of gear. Well, the first curbing was bad. The second one was even worse. Traffic in front of Kendrick and Johnson. Out in the hole is back here as well. Man, out in the hole. He's having such a great day. He's had a bad restart in the final stage. That and struggling. A lot of traffic there in the final stage as well. Outside the top 10. Chris Busch had his issues. All leading in this race. 3 wide for position at the Roval. Getting back up on the Roval. Schneider underneath Kendrick. They make the pass. He's underneath Johnson now. And Johnson moving from the outside ahead. Johnson might get picked behind the point out. That's what Schneider's hoping for.
Right side.
And that's exactly
Right
what
side
happens.
clear.
Oh, Houck got into the back
Left
of the 99.
Clear left.
And they're 3 wide, and Houck sandwiched now between Kendrick and Johnson. Coming in with a head of steam. Look at the front stretch chicane. Can he get around City Hill? Full contact. Trying to pinch out a little back. Clouds in the love it, my goodness. Go a little fast. Freeze qualified second, battling in for 10. Also battling to get around the lap car, Jack Houston. Probably going to cut us for the lap car to pass the road. I'll reckon. he's slipping tires. He had to catch the car quite a bit there. Trying to run side by side and keep it off the free. So they're trying to bang this car up too much. I think one time's already in the middle of this run. Maybe sliding the tires a little more too because that right front is underneath 30% tire weight that they need to realize. 35 laps to go. Oh, we got trouble! Fincham has just blown a tire! And he comes down in front of Schneider! There's a big crash!
Alright, you're clear there.
Oh no!
You're clear there.
Fincham blew a right front in the Tom's Hartburn turn into the wall. Piles in front of Schneider. Schneider's got damage to the front of his race car now. And what is that going to mean for him trying to get back into this? And he is all over the place. No caution.
Right side. Clear to the right. Right side.
What a tough break.
Clear all around.
Hopefully it's less than 5 seconds or less of damage for Schneider. He tries to fight and stay in front of Almirola, who's got a pretty even car running, at least in the first couple stages.
Right side. Clear right. Left side.
A huge bounce off the curb, and Almirola's going to get around Schneider, who is struggling on his older tires. He's used his stuff up a little earlier in this run than what he would have liked. He doesn't want to pit yet. He wants to at least make it to about 40 laps to go before pitting. So that way he knows for sure he can make it on fuel and he won't have to worry about burning the tires. That should not be a fucking thing. Pardon my language there, but man, that is the second time I've seen that.
Right side.
There's a reason why the wall is there. That's going to cost Schneider some time as well. Not on his side. Here today at the Roval, but he is. Again,
Right
they'll go
side.
down fighting.
You got room. You're clear.
It's getting intense, I can tell you that. Big power slide, turn 6. Now it just didn't even turn. His tires are shot. Every ground he was gaining was so easy. Back to 4.7. He's got to stay out for third to go. I mean, he has to, otherwise it's going to be like this the final couple laps of the race anyway. So might as well get all this out of the way now. Very quick pit stop though by the pit crew itself. Oh no! Oh, this is a penalty. It's the second lap in a row. That is just insane.
Right side. Right side.
I swear. Now there's. I don't even know what to think anymore. This is one of those races like this. That is
Right
3
side.
times in this
Left
race.
side. You got room. You're clear.
We have gotten penalized for something we
Right
shouldn't
side.
have
Clear
penalized.
to the right.
The front stretch chicane, all 3 times. That is just ridiculous.
Left side. All right. You're clear.
Now all the damage is done. Somehow, Chad Fincham holding the tire right in front of us.
Careful. Still there.
Someone who was behind there, the front stretch chicane.
Left side.
Contact with Quinn Howell.
All clear.
Over the backstretch chicane. Oh, Howell goes around. Schneider goes around.
Right side.
Bounces it off the wall. We stay green.
Right side. Right side. Watch your speed, please. You're wearing those tires down, driver. Right side.
32 to go. Schneider's going to pit this time by.
You're clear all around there.
Going to have to pit and suffer the consequence. just like in the Xfinity series in the Shark World. This game just finds a way to cause this.
Right side.
Those penalties.
Right side clear.
3 of them, 2 of them back-to-back laps.
Right
Riders
side.
just all over the place. The car's fishtailing.
See if we can manage our power a little, okay?
He's losing positions. He's losing time. He's over a minute off the race lead. It was down to 30 seconds. Doing those unneeded penalties. Now, there aren't any DNFs that are on race now because the rear mode keeps going.
Left side.
You can't even downshift without this car. Not spin out there. Backstretch again. I think Chevy's going to have to fight the forward. It's going to have to come to this. He's going to go lap down. He's just going to have to hope that.
Slow down. Go easy on the tires.
He was on the pit road. Back to the 15-second advantage. I'm just gonna repair it. The game gave us some unneeded penalties on that. 3 times now today. Like, if you're gonna register the damage, don't give me the penalty. Like, shouldn't the damage be enough of the penalty sheet? It's not like we blew through it either. We just had a giant hop over the curbing again. Because for some reason on this track, it's different from any other track in this game. The turds just shoot all 4 tires off the ground. No other road course in this game doesn't do that. Damage definitely made the car tighter. That is going to fight the
Hammer
wall.
down. Right side.
Pitch right into Bobby Carter there. Schneider's got the freshest tires in the field now,
Clear left.
but he is a lap down. Everybody will have to pit one more time, so what he's hoping for is during green flag pit stops. Just 15 seconds.
Right side. You got room. You're clear there.
Crapshoot. I mean, we've only had 2 cautions per incident, but just everything that happened there alone, on top of the penalties that should not actually be penalties, it cost me. Schneider does have the freshest tires in the field, so he's going to make up a ton of time right now until the rest of the leaders pit. 29 laps to go. He needs this to stay green. Now, he is the first car lap down, I do believe. He will get the free passing caution. The problem is he'll be at the tail end of the longest line, at the rear of the field at least, for the restart. So that's where the issue lies. If we get a caution under green flag conditions while he's back on the lead lap, at least we need some sort of time here. These fresher tires to try to get back into it and make that lead charge again. He's cutting into that lead. He cut 17 seconds off the race lead. It's over damage after the unneeded penalty. Worn out tires on top of it. Keeps it off Ross Chastain. He's caught in a bad spot.
Careful. Still there. All right. You're clear.
Oh, Schneider into the back of McLeod and that upturned him. Now it gets into Chastain on bumper cars. Past the 77, that was going to get back around again after he got stacked up behind the 24 and the 78. Past Chastain to 24. And the only reason I'm in race mode is
Still
because
there.
Heat 5
All
career
right,
mode
you're
has
clear.
crashed on me 3 times in the last 2 weeks. I've already spent 4.5 hours with the simulator races to get back to where I was in the career mode with how far back it's sent me every time. Fortunately, we just have to run these races on here, so that's why there's no DNFs. The damage clock policy will be a thing in the final 4 races of the season. The only reason I even repaired damage that time was just simply because of being given the unneeded penalties that I figured repairing the damage on a slow pit stop and all the time I was losing negative cars. It was enough of a penalty for me. Usually I wouldn't repair the damage. And we're already in the next round anyway. That's another big thing. Again, if I wasn't locked into the next round, I wouldn't have done that. We won at Las Vegas, first race of the round, so we're already in the next round of the playoffs. I'll tell you what, where Schneider's at now, DNFing at Talladega, it's a good thing he won at Vegas, because he might have to go into the next round of the playoffs. And there's the caution. Unfortunately, though, David Reagan went a lap down right before the caution came out, so Schneider will not get the free pass. He'll have to get the wave around. And that's our 3rd caution of the race with Denny Hamlin in the lead. Logano's still back at 7. He cannot get through traffic. We're only going to have about 24 or so laps to go in this next restart. It has got to be full send mode here for Schneider. He can take the wave around because all the lead lap cars are pitting. So he will get back on the lead lap, even without the free pass. But he would have rather seen the caution without this. Unfortunately, this
Coming
game,
to the green, driver. Be ready here.
you got to restart in the middle of the chicane. You know, they don't actually do that. Schneider taking it easy on the restart right there. Now he's got to go for it.
Still there.
Huge stack up. Now he's literally got that in every car in the field.
Left side.
We only got 24 laps to go here at the Roval. 24 to go.
You got room. You're clear there.
Schneider, get through, everybody. Get a chance to win this race.
You got room.
Logano
You're
is
clear
leading.
there. Right side. Right side.
And he's only got a couple lap older tires, so that's not going to make much of a difference. He's only really got about 3 to 4 lap older tires by the time he pitted, and everybody else. Look at him going 3 wide.
Clear
He's right around Corey Joy. Outside of Michael McDowell.
You got room. You're
Oh,
clear there.
almost got into Cole Custer. Now we'll make contact
Here we
with him
go
because
now,
of 3
3
wide in the
Right
backstretch
side.
chicane.
Clear left.
Schneider fighting through. 3 wide behind him now still, too. This is the one race only deal with the discontinuation of the damage clock. Only because we're in the next round. That's the only reason. That and the penalties.
Alright, you're clear there.
Kurt Busch trying to rally with a fast race car as well. No, Schneider sends it 3 wide into turn 4. Contact with Truex and Kurt Busch. He's still 3 wide.
3 wide now.
Look at Truex trying to cross over the 99 and 1. Eric and Bowman almost got together as well up there.
Right
Side by side.
Right side clear.
He got through all those lap cars as quickly as
Right
he did. A little bump to Bowman, 3 wide now, setting himself back up onto the oval.
Clear to the right.
That's his way around Reddick and Bowman, and he's up to 19. Going down swinging. Oh man, 3 wide. Didn't make contact that time though with Austin Dillon. Floating pass on the outside. The draft to Keselowski. Right only spot behind Boyer. Schneider cuts Keselowski off. Contact though between Boyer and Braun. Stacked them up and Schneider got into the side of Boyer now. So he couldn't right through the two. Now cruising into turn one.
Right side.
All over Boyer for position to pass me. 16, Denny Hamlin takes the lead on the restart away again from Newman. Brendan Glenn for position. And have the outside.
Careful, still there.
He ran out of real estate on the outside, getting back into over 1 and 2. He's having trouble trying to get around 62. It's gone now.
Careful, still there.
Sends it into the backstretch chicane. Oh, we got problems. I think Jimmy Johnson might have gone for a spin, and now gone. Gets into the wall after contact with Schneider. And Gaughan's going to lose a couple positions. Laps remain. See, all this contact's only holding Schneider up. So it's not like it's helping him any. Plus, it's just going to give him more damage. It's going to tighten the race car up and make it harder to make these corners. Especially pushing as hard as he is this late in the race in this deficit. Nick Kenseth.
Got room to clear that.
Quick. He's going to be on the outside of the next 2 corners if he didn't clear him. He did clear him. I'm trying to back off long Grease. Oh, Jimmy Johnson was out originally. He might have been in the top 10 for spinning in the backstretch chicane. Coming in hot. Grease outbreak as well. Oh, Schneider just sent it into Priest, and Priest is in the wall. Oh, man, I feel bad about that. It wasn't like with Glenn where we kind of got caught a little bit. We got forced it.
20 more laps. No mistake.
There you go. That he's going to rally even to get a top 10 out of this thing. Oh, now. Way around.
Still there?
Around Jimmy Johnson can be clear just like he did on Kenseth. He's on the outside right now and completes the pass even on the outside for 12. I'm getting through all this traffic. It's costing me time. He has a faster car than Denny Hamlin. Yeah. 18 seconds off the lead again. Come for the rear. Though if we get another caution in this race, he's now going to be at least within the first 6 rows. Really too much about the bubble battle outside of, or on the flat stage at least. It's really because where Ryan Newman is running on the racetrack, he's well ahead of Cliff Boyer. He really has to stay in this place and be alive. Next round of the playoffs, Keselowski is at least within 2 positions of Boyer the last we saw. He has to finish at least within 10 positions of him. Cliff Boyer beats him by more than 10 spots, and Boyer will get the final spot in basically around 8 over Keselowski. I rewatched WrestleMania 22, like the entire, and that was the first time I've actually rewatched like, the entire pay-per-view. Sometime last week, I think it was on Thursday last week. I was off during the day. I don't know what the heck, I never actually watched it. And, that was, there was like some characters that I kind of forgot about, like the Boogie card and stuff. I didn't forget about the Boogeyman, but I don't think like I've actually seen like the full match from him since like watching when I was there. Booker tagged his wife in at one point when William was like staring her down, so scared. Schneider trying to battle with Kevin Harvick for 10th place. Couldn't get around in that time in the backstretch chicane. He definitely put pressure on Harvick. Diaz, welcome to the stream. Awesome. Appreciate it. Oh, into the back of Harvick. The front stretch chicane, and that got Harvick sideways. Accidental bumper on the problem is Schneider's going to be on the outside into turn 1.
Left side.
And turn 2. Now be on the inside into 3. Held on strong. Now Roval's got control. We're going to get underneath his teammate now and try to follow the 99 into 11. Schneider is back inside the top 10 for being a lap down before the caution, having to take the wave around due to an unscheduled pit stop, hitting early, using his equipment up, trying to run down the leaders the first time for the good captaincy. Likely going to need another caution to really have a chance to catch Denny Hamlin and the rest of the field. It is a little bit faster than those guys, but having to pass his lead lap cars is costing a lot of time. Not able to actually run to its fullest. I don't know how to make it a penalty for that. I'll take it though. One more penalty, and that's probably going to do it for us. We got very fortunate. They did not give it. I think it was the leniency that they had for giving us those unneeded penalties earlier when we didn't actually miss the punch. Maybe the game would be a favor right there. He's pushing weight. I mean, it's just so hard to run this road course. It's one of the most difficult in the NASCAR schedule, even with all the new ones that they added in 2021. This is still going to be very difficult. Still relatively new to the Cup Series schedule too. It's only been the fourth year. In 2021, they'll be racing at the Charlotte Roval. Having to push as hard as Schneider is right now and not overdriving the corner. Stenhouse, Suarez, McLeod, next 3 drivers ahead of him. That's a good thing. Top 10 on the road course. 7th, 8th, 9th. Yeah, BJ's up here still. He's in 7th place. What a run for the non-playoff driver. All 3 of these guys ahead of Schneider not in the playoffs. Schneider underneath Ricky Stenhouse couldn't get around. Cut him a little bit of slack. He didn't want to get into it. He can get around inside. I think his car too much more. Plus, it just costs him time when he gets into him anyways. 15 to go. And he's gonna run on Stenhouse. Driving deep into turn 3. Now into turn 4, he's underneath Ricky. Side by side for 9th. He beats him back to the gas. Stenhouse trying to side track and hang on that corner panel. Now Stenhouse drives it in deep. Next set of corners though, Schneider's on the inside and he finally clears Stenhouse for position. Up to 8th. Outside of that DNF at Talladega, Schneider had 7 straight races inside the top 6 before the DNF. On the road course, where he was number 1 in the Cup Series on the road course. Best finishes that all he's won this year. 6. he's getting closer. Look at Schneider really try to outbrake Suarez. Close the gap. Wolf did enough to where he might actually have a chance to get around and be in the same spot he got around Stenhouse the last lap, and actually might get around him sooner. 4-1 in turn 2. And Schneider clears Suarez before even getting into turn 3. Now he can set up BJ McLeod to maybe get around him. While beating back to the gas there. Coming back these corners up. Gotta run on the inside, back up onto the oval. Trying to side draft McLeod. Pulls him back, now he tries to get away to make sure McLeod can't side draft him. Down to Mason and clear, up to 7. A lot of clean air now in front of the 99 before he catches the next 3 or 4 cars for position. He's driving away from McLeod quickly, so he's just got to stay on it. He's only got 3 green flag laps this entire race, 6 total without the caution laps. In the stage 1 break, he has not led since early in stage 2. Logano's in 6th still after Schneider took him out intentionally after Logano put Schneider in the wall earlier in the race at the very beginning of stage 2 on the initial restart to the second stage. We've had 3 cautions for incident so far. 1 in the final stage that we saw with about 28 laps to go. 2 in the second stage. Then that end of the stage with a couple laps to go in it. It looked like somebody was smoking back on oval 1 and 2. Issue with a lap car, will that bring out a caution? Absolutely perfect. Second faster than Logano that last lap. Now it's stuck behind Blaney right now. Wait till we get into lap traffic, we're going to run into slower lap times. Blaney battling now, side by side, back and forth. That's going to slow each other up and allow Schneider to really gap him even more now. Logano gets around him finally for 5th. Logano knows he's got the fastest car in the field, but he's going to be stuck in traffic. Now Blaney got him back, I think, in the back stretch to do. Actually, we're getting into it now, side by side. Those guys all swapping position back and forth. There's, I believe, a lap car in front of him as well. And Schneider's closing in quickly. Hamlin dealing with lap traffic, and the lead from 20.5 seconds is down to 16.5 seconds. Perfect through the front stretch chicane, 11 to go. Chase Elliott up here. He's had quite a few. He's in the top 10. He's in the top 5. Looks like he's 4th there for a little bit. Logano got around him and Logano's up to 4th. So he's clawing his way through. It's going to be a race between Schneider and Logano, see who can get through the traffic the quickest. Not sure how he's going to get around Blaney. He's going to look to the outside here. Justin Haley's holding up Elliott and Blaney, and now Schneider as well. Schneider's got nowhere to go. Trying to keep Blaney behind the lap car, and Justin Haley to use him as a pick. And he'll make the pass to possession. Schneider to 6th. Still 16 seconds off the lead from Hamlin. He's caught in lap traffic himself. He got a Hamlin really battling Ryan Newman for the moment. Schneider breaking hard into the backstretch chicane. Schneider, oh, he got into Elliott. Elliott's in the wall.
Left side clear.
Schneider to fit. That was not pretty, but break Pirelli. He definitely got the first end of that contact. 10 laps to go. We're in the playoffs. Elliott, remember, didn't even make the playoffs.
10 left. Concentrate.
Ugly but effective, I guess, would be the way to start the pass and late. Not the way I'd like to. Trying to be the new road course king. If we can come from behind to win this, I know we're in our rookie season, probably last season. Bush took it 3 wide, and Logano got around him using the lap car as a pig. He's now gained another spot. Schneider got caught behind Quinn House getting into the backstretch chicane. That cost him a little bit of time. Bush still stuck behind Timmy Bilbo. The outside of House kind of stayed away. Logano might have a chance to win this race still. He and Schneider have gotten into each other a couple times today. This is back and forth. Oh, Schneider into the back of Bush and got caught up behind Timmy Hill.
You're clear.
Spins the tires. The 99's up to 4th.
3 wide.
Passes Timmy Hill in turn 1. Bush going to follow his line. He's down 13 seconds. Logano is the fastest car in the field. Schneider the second fastest. And they're both trying to close in on Ryan Newman and Denny Hamilton. The fact that Schneider started at the rear of the field on the restart with just 24 laps to go. Logano stuck side by side in the backstretch. He came with Josh Balicki. Cost him a little bit of time. That's both the chicanes and the toughest areas on the racetrack to make a pass. Logano did make it on the Balicki, but look at how much time it cost him and how much Schneider was able to pull in. And now Schneider's going to catch Josh Balicki in the front stretch chicane. Not a good spot. Kyle Busch gets pulled back in on the 99. Schneider gets around him.
You got room. You're clear.
Outside beating it back to the gas at least. Down to 10 seconds. Logano and Schneider might get to the leaders. Oh, that right front is cooking on the 29 by the way, or on the 99 by the way. It is already down to 28%. That's the problem with all the contact he's made too. He's already just broke these tires up. Already like driving on ice. Logano's got nowhere to go with the lap traffic. Still 7 laps left. Chance for Schneider to capitalize at least on the 22. Got into the wall, that's not going to help the right side tires.
Left side.
Off the curb.
Left side.
Barely keeps it off William Byron.
Clear all around. Left side. All right, you're clear there.
I get around John Hunter Nemechek right there. Or there. Byron needs to get around and getting back up onto the oval. Logano starting to get away from him again as Logano's trying to get 31 and 62. Schneider 8 seconds off the race lead. Even with shot tires, he's closing in on the leads. Struggling with grip while trying to close the gap. Six of Newman is looking to the good right now. He is well ahead of Clint Boyer. The main battle is Keselowski and Newman. They got really loose that time in the front stretch chicane. Bob was pushing hard all the way through this 24-lap run. He has used up his tires so quickly, and plus he had about 3 or 4 laps on Newman before that. So really, 27 to 28 laps on these tires has just overshot him. Lead is down to 7.5 seconds, and he's trying to close, but he's going to need some massive help with lap traffic if he's really going to want a shot. It's much like what happened with Elliott yesterday, having something in the rear of the field twice. Well, Tyler's trying to do it twice as well, and just like Elliott, his tires are shot. Just hanging on for dear life everywhere. Not having to race the racetrack again rather than the rest of the field. I'm really just struggled to get around running down for quite some time still. Oh my god! What was that? No caution, we stay green, and that's going to do it for Schneider. He's still in 4th place. Barring a caution, he lost a ton of time barrel rolling in the backstretch chicane off the curbs. This game and its curbs, man. Now he's in the wall. Jeez. So much damage to the race car, too. And around he goes in turn 1, and things are going from bad to worse. He's backed up in front of the 24 of Byron. He can't get turned around in the right direction. There's just a traffic jam. Oh, and Balicki piles in. And I think that might do it. Schneider's all the way back to 10th. Ryan Newman, meanwhile, is just taking the race lead from Denny Hamlin.
Right side. All right, you're clear there.
I don't know how that put in the end of the car more, but why did that do that off the curbings? I'm going to have to go back. Oh, caution's out with 10 to go. 5 to go, rather. Schneider's back to 10th. Caution is out somewhere on the racetrack. And this is going to set up a green-white checkered finish at the Roval, just our 4th caution of the race. I got a pit, but we're going to give up so much track position. Schneider's going to stay out on old tires.
Coming to the green. Ready. Green's out, man. Let's go.
Flag back in the air.
I need 2 more solid laps, bud. Keep it going.
Full send mode for the 99. Beating and banging with Daniel Suarez on the restart after a crossover from BJ McLeod.
Left side.
Old tires with a shot, and he overshoots turn 3 already on the old tires. Into Stenhouse. Suarez about turns him in turn 4, and around goes the 99 again. Another pile up at the back of the field. And he's going to have to wait for everybody else to get around. He had one more chance. The tires were shot. He overran turn 3 rather, into Stenhouse. Stenhouse is in the wall, but then Suarez got into Schneider in turn 4. We do stay green. Ryan Newman, meanwhile, on the restart, is going to get back to the lead. Now can Ryan Newman hold on Logano restarting in third. He's got a shot once again.
Your tires are getting pretty bad.
Yeah, you don't say. It's like how the crew chief, like, finally is like, oh, the tires are getting pretty bad. Yeah. Been bad for about half a dozen laps. White flag, 1 lap to go for Ryan Newman to try and win his first race of the season. Schneider's going to get 24th at the end of it here. He just took the tires too much. Oh, Stenhouse is on pit road. So he had a lot of damage after getting into the wall likely in turn 3 after Schneider overran the corner right into him. And Ryan Newman back on over 1 and 2, trying to hold on. Schneider's going to end up finishing in 23rd. Gosh. This car is damaged. It is just completely shot right now for the 99. Put up a valiant effort despite the 24th place finish. Their tires are just too much to handle here late. Front stretch chicane, one final time. Ryan Newman leads, trying to hold off Joey Logano, and he is going to do it. Newman is going to win and advance into the round of 8. His first win of the season. Likely would have advanced on points anyway, but remember, he came into this race 11 points below the cutoff line, pointed his way above the cutoff line. By the time the final stage started, this win is huge. That's 5 extra playoff points that will carry forward into the next round for him. Schneider limps it home with the damaged race car in 23rd. Luckily, he won at Vegas with the DNF at Dega and in 23rd here today at the Roval with no stage points. That had the makings to be a elimination for us in this round if we did not win at Vegas. Oh my gosh. What a crazy one. Ryan Newman wins the Roval. He has advanced. And we'll take a look at the finishing results to this race. Newman with the win, Hamlin second, Logano, good comeback of his own to finish third, Blaney fourth, Kyle Busch rounds out the top 5. Logano won stage 1, Kyle Busch won stage 2. Chase Elliott finishes 6th, Daniel Suarez 7th, Kurt Busch came back from 8th after being a lap down at one point because of an issue he had earlier. Had a tire go down early in the final stage, while leading nonetheless. BJ McLeod 9th and Kevin Harvick will round out the top 10. And as far as the last spot on points, Clint Boyer had to beat Brad Keselowski by 10 positions. And, oh wow, Keselowski, where did he finish? Did I miss him? Oh yeah, he's 17th. I missed Keselowski. I was looking for the number 2, but I was looking for the other colors. He had the yellow and black number, not the Miller Lite 2 number. But yeah, BJ McLeod gets a top 10. 9th on a road course, nonetheless. But Clint Boyer will get the final spot, or sorry, excuse me, Brad Keselowski will get the final spot on points. Jimmy Johnson was minus 20. So, or sorry, minus 19. He did not beat Brad Keselowski by 19 points. He ended up beating him by just 6. Boyer needed to beat him by 10. He beat him by 2. Martin Truex Jr. needed to beat Truex by 20. And he actually lost, or sorry, Truex needed to beat Keselowski by 20. He lost to him by 2. Bowman had to beat him by 21. He lost to him by 3 in the final stage. And then every other driver who was already above the cutoff line finished ahead of Keselowski anyway, so no points changed there. So the top 8 that you see on the upper right-hand corner of the screen will be the 8 drivers that will advance into the round of 8. Schneider, Harvick, and Ryan Newman on wins. On points, Kyle Busch, Kurt Busch, Denny Hamlin, Ryan Blaney, and Brad Keselowski will be the 5 drivers who will advance on points. And those points will be updated going into the Kansas race that will be on the channel tomorrow night. 6 p.m. Eastern Standard start time tomorrow night at Kansas. Hold up. Today's Monday, tomorrow's Tuesday. So actually,
I was thinking today was Sunday for some reason. Sorry for that. I think that we're going to run the Kansas race on Thursday. Because that is the next day I have. I mean, we might run it tomorrow, but I highly doubt it. Let me see here. Unless it's supposed to rain when I get off of work tomorrow. Then we'll run it tomorrow. But if it's not going to rain and I can get home, or I can't get home early enough, then they're calling for rain, but I don't know what time. Let me see. 40% chance at about 3, 35% chance at 4. I get off at 4:30, so we'll see. We might run Kansas tomorrow night. If we do, it will be at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If I do not get home early enough tomorrow, then we will just end up running Kansas my next day off, which will be on Thursday. I will be leaving for Indianapolis this following weekend as well for the Brickyard 400 race weekend. I'll be there for the Cup race on the Indy Road Course on Sunday, and then I'll be there for the Xfinity and the IndyCar race on Saturday too, so I'll be gone all weekend. But we will have action on the channel regardless. So 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow, Kansas NASCAR Heat 5 Career Mode, if I can get home early enough after work. If I cannot get home early enough after work, then we are going to run the Busch Series on NASCAR Chase for the Cup 2005. That live stream will likely start anywhere between 8 and 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So just be on the lookout for that. Hit that bell notification so you don't miss the start of either one of those two streams tomorrow. And again, thanks for everybody tuning in here today. Like, share, and subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. And I will see you guys tomorrow. No matter what game it is, I will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for your support. Had a lot of fun tonight.